So I started the frame rails, the 3.5 by 3.5 box tube. I did not film it because it was a lot of cutting, measuring, tacking, cutting, measuring, a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I saved you guys the headache, but I left the jig that I built set up so that you can actually see it. It is pretty much dead on perfectly level now, which took forever. Took me hours to get it that way, but that's a really, really good, it's like half welded in. It's not fully welded in, but I'm not worried about it shifting on me now. So I'm going to go ahead and take the jig apart, and then you'll see it in about 1, 2, 3. Check it out. So this is the beginning of the legit frame. This is going to be the main frame of the vehicle now. Support will also be added by when I extend these rockers, because that's a 2x6 plus a 2x2. That's why it's 2 different pieces of metal there. Originally it was just a 2x6 and I added a 2x2 later. But once that's in as well, that'll really add a lot of support to this. The 3.5 by 3.5 3/16 box tube is all I could get. It's actually a little bit too wide, so I had to make these slices and taper it down so I can, and then widen the frame rail and slide it in. So it was a lot. But I did get it done. These are pretty much fully welded in by now. I'm going to go ahead and finish the welding in just a minute here. And then those are solid and ready to rock. I will tie in to the original frame that I added for extra support. Does it need it? Most likely not, but I'm going to do it anyway. I still have that 2x4 frame under there in certain spots. So I definitely would like to tie into that and just have extra support. So I'm working on the first rear door. I'm gonna figure it all out and then film the second one. So I didn't film making the first one, but here's something that I learned about the Cherokee. The distance between that corner and this corner is 11.5. All the way at this end of the door, the distance is exactly 1 foot. So that means as this goes down, it gets wider. I didn't know that, so I lined all this up perfect, and then when we come up to the top, boop, we got a problem. It's not lining up. So this will be something I'll do at the very end. I'll have to line that skin up in some way, or cut the door and lift it. That's honestly probably what I'm gonna do, to tell you the truth, to get it perfectly. I'll probably slice it along that and just lift the door a little, just enough to whatever I need to get these at a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch to get those to line up. Other than that though, now we have where we're gonna put our cab. We got our cab placement. So now the reason I wanted to use a 2-door Cherokee door is because it's 9 inches longer. Now, that's gonna give me a massive amount of leg room for the back, passenger seat. So to give you an idea, this wall here, this right here is exactly where the feet would be of the passenger and the Cherokee. Okay, obviously this is a mess. I'm gonna cut all this out and redo it, but this is where the feet would be, okay? There's the B-pillar and everything. Now, you're gonna have a whole lot more. This will most likely come out because I'm gonna support it under here. So that's a support to keep this thing from doing that. So we're gonna cut that out after I put another support in here. And then what's gonna happen here is that this is where the end of the door is, and then this is where the end of the outside of the cab is. That gives me 3 inches of overhang to build the rest of the frame, which is not a lot, but I'm gonna gusset the hell out of it so it'll be nice and strong. And then now you'll have a full window instead of, and there'll be a panel here. I'm gonna put a panel here. So you'll have a big space in between the two, but I really don't care. I think it'll look just fine, especially when the whole thing is tinted. You're not really gonna notice it as much. I figure the cab will end. It's gonna be a big cab, which is exactly what I want. All right, so I've extended the inner section of the rockers. I'm gonna double up on 2x4s to make up that outer difference, but that'll be like one of the last things I do. It took me forever to measure everything, make sure everything was straight. They had these like gusset plates in here to keep the structural rigidity between the frame rail and the rocker arm, or rocker panel, not rocker arm. Now I have to prep this cab, because once the cab is prepped, I can place it basically on the frame. There's a lot of prepping I gotta do, but I think it'll be just fine, to tell you the truth. I've got to cut these old frame sections off. I don't need these pieces. It's gonna be that. So there'll be plates that get welded in here as well, but all this rust you see, this is all gonna get cut. This will probably get trimmed here because that's where it'll sit on that rocker. It'll be a lot stronger than the sheet metal that's there. Yeah, because we could just lean it, you know what I mean? See, it's not that heavy. Yeah, it's awkward. Hold on. Okay. All right, now, see, you gotta look at it.
Oh, I'm in too. To me. I'll hold it.
All right, you're gonna hold it right there.
Take it back more. Got enough?
Yeah, perfect. Just don't move it.
I can go more.
Okay, that should do it.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that fits in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, now look at that. Tell me that ain't beautiful. I get that little corner there. There we go. That's pretty nice. Check for level. Yeah, that's pretty much bang on. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Now we gotta get a cut right for this. You know, for the regular frame rail. You know, I could do it like this in reality.